That's right. America's Got Talent judge Howie Mandel says wife was high on marijuana gummies, not drunk before her accident, you guys. That's right. America's Got Talent judge Howie Mandel is clarifying the circumstances behind his wife Terry's bloody fall in Las Vegas, Nevada, you guys. The 68-year-old TV personality previously detailed how he found his wife of 40 years in a pool of blood after she took a tumble in their hotel room following a tipsy, in quotation marks, night in Sin City, Las Vegas. During an appearance on TMZ Live, Mandel set the record straight, reading which mind-altering substance led to his spouse's accident at the Fontainebleau, Las Vegas. In a quote, "First of all, she wasn't drunk," he said. So she's so worried that people are going to intervene with her alcohol problem. She doesn't have an alcohol problem. I'm going to tell you the truth. She took gummies. She took gummies, Mandel emphasized, and says, so it's not an alcohol problem. She was on pot, he says. The former Deal or No Deal host explained that people had jumped to conclusions when he previously shared the story of Terry's fall, and in a quote says, I said, we had a great night and we got a little tipsy, Mandel recalled. While people had assumed that tipsy referred to drinking too much alcohol, Terry's intoxicated state was actually due to consuming edibles. While speaking with TMZ Live, hosts Harvey Levin and Charles Lebider or whatever, Mandel recounted the frightening incident. In a quote says, she got out of bed in the middle of the night and fell, he said. And it was really scary. I put her on the bed and I tried to give her ice. And I didn't have ice. And I gave her cans of soda to put on her head. I mean, who can't get ice in Las Vegas? That's just ridiculous.
As a celebrity.
Yeah, exactly.
Concierge.
Yeah. However, Mandel said that Terry wasn't receptive to his efforts at the time and began hurling the cans of soda away from her head.
That sounds like alcohol.
In a quote, she threw them across the room and I went and got another can of soda because I didn't know that it was cut so bad, he said, and she threw it across the room. Mandel then realized the severity of Terry's injuries when he saw her skull was exposed. He says, finally, I saw that bone, he said. I could see the bone. In an additional quote, so I called down to the front desk and I say to them, I got to call 911. They go, what happened? I don't know, he says. I don't know, but there's blood everywhere. They go and they say, we're sending security up. They send security up. My wife is laying in the bed. There's blood everywhere. There's Coke cans. That sounded like they were about to say something else, but there's Coke cans that have been strewn across the room. Mandel told the outlet that the hotel security initially suspected him of domestic violence when they witnessed the scene. Some surprise. And in a quote, they've got me against the TV, he recalled. My wife was covered in blood all over the bed. There's cans that have been thrown across the room, and Mandel explained that he was dismayed when Terry accidentally fueled their suspicions. In a quote, they've had me on the room and they've asked her what happened, and she kept saying, I don't know. And I said, don't say you don't know. The Canada native said the security then inquired why there were cans of soda that were all over the room. She says, he tried to put them on my head. Mandel said, no. This is too good. In another quote, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse, he continued. And then she started laughing because she realized, that's right, she realized there was nothing going on. I didn't see it going that way either until they're in the other room and they're questioning me and I'm going, her head is open. You got to put her on a gurney and take her someplace because I'm concerned. Eventually, Mandel and Terry were able to clear up the matter. However, he said that didn't stop Terry, who he described as having a great sense of humor, from teasing him over the suspicions that they returned from the hospital. In an additional quote, "We got back to the hotel and she's opening the door to the room," Mandel recalled. "We're going back in the room. Another couple is coming out and going out for breakfast, and she goes, 'Howie, I promise I'll be a good girl.'" Now that's funny, he says. That is not funny, Mandel said. And Libertide, the guy from TMZ, noted that people need to exercise caution when having dark hotel rooms after a night of partying. In a quote says, "I think there's a lesson here, and it is, and everybody does this, and especially in Vegas. If you've been drinking or smoking or taking gummies, you get up in the middle of the night and you think that you can walk across the room without turning the light on. No, turn on a light," LeBouverture said. An additional quote, "No, I think the takeaway from this is marriage isn't easy," Mandel said, as Levin and LeBouverture laughed. And Mandel's first shared the story of Terry's accident during a Monday appearance on Live with Kelly and Mark. And the comedian assured the hosts that Terry was now well past on the mend, and says, in quotes, "She is obviously perfect," he said. "There is not a scar. She is beautiful."
Well, Jason.
This just sounds...
She tripped. He tried to catch her.
This just sounds like The Hangover all over again, but with Howie Mandel.
This sounds like a fucking Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. They thought there might have been domestic violence.
First of all,
come on.
First of all, if your wife is bleeding and you're in the Fontainebleau Hotel in Las Vegas, you are not going to walk down to the front desk to call security. You're going to get on your phone and call security from your phone. So I'm not buying some of this story already.
I'm not buying a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of it that smells real fishy to me.
First of all, I've stayed in some very, very nice Vegas properties. The Fontainebleau is new. It is just open. They pride themselves on service. It's egregiously expensive, and Howie Mandel's a fucking A-list celebrity. So you're not going to tell me that
Maybe
they didn't
D.
have a... We're going to give him a C or a D. I have a D for domestic violence after this one. But, you're not going to tell me there's ice machines in the rooms. There's small ice machines in the bars in those rooms half the time. But they make sure. That's part of when they move you in. You get a butler in these types of suites. Fuck, you get a butler at the Skylofts. Like, yeah, Howie, this doesn't check out.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
No.
I'm not buying it.
No. It's a no from me, Jason.
What do you think, Stone, Rico?
That's. I'm gonna say she was drinking, 100% drinking.
She was drinking, huh?
I'm not believing this fucking fall down story on gummies.
Do you think that Project Sam hired Howie Mandel to deliver this story?
Somebody did.
Because they're definitely trying to blame it on the weed.
I don't know, man. He's Canadian. He's a comedian. He's a master storyteller.
He's also a germaphobe. He's also a germaphobe. So do you really believe that he was getting that close to his wife if she was bleeding, gushing out of her head, and trying to put a can of soda on it as an ice pack? I'm not buying that for a second.
Do you really believe she fell down? What did she hit her head on? No one said. She just...
I'd imagine like a glass table, or like, they have a lot of nice tables in there with like
he threw her
metal.
through it?
He hit her head on light.
I read it was the wainscot, the little part of wood that goes up about 3 feet off from the floor up the wall a little bit.
Oh, the crown molding?
Bumps out like a little...
The crown molding.
The crown molding's at the top.
Well, it's at the bottom too.
Wainscoting's in the middle.
Oh, the wainscot.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Wayne's
Learned
World.
something today.
Sweet.
I don't know. This stinks to me. This is all very, very,
Something
very
sounds funny.
fishy. The soda cans being thrown. She threw back the first soda cans I threw at her, so I threw another one. Went and got another soda can.
I mean, how many cold sodas did he have in the room?
Do you think the cocaine was the only coke involved in this incident?
Man, I mean,
Yeah, he's on Diet Coke. Some call it Cannabis.
Oh, that's good, Rico. That's good. That's pretty good.
We need to bring back Cannabis, by the way.
Let's not.
Oh.
Jason, if you fall down, I'm going to help you up with this can of Diet
ever.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
Because that's the kind of friend that I am.
that's going to help out a lot.
Yes, I am. Especially if you're bleeding.
So
I don't want to touch it.
I don't know, man. We need more evidence from Howie Mandel for us to believe this story. I don't know if anybody out there believes this one. Anybody in the audience?
I wish we had a picture of I wish we had a picture to show of like the scene of the room, like when security got there or someone documented the situation. Someone got a photo somewhere of what the room looked like.
Well, Canada is known as America's cap, so they're all liars.
Fair enough, Rico. Fair enough. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it.
How many gummies
We don't believe you, Howie.
Yeah, and do we know
all of them?
What do we know if it was some?
Were they not
gummies?
Delta 8? Yeah, were they Delta 8?
They could have
I
been.
think she drank a bunch of alcohol, and the gummy was probably still sitting on the nightstand. That's what I think. She didn't eat that gummy.
I mean, it's very possible she was crossfaded too, Stone.
That is true. That is true. I don't know. Shame on you, Howie. That's all I'm saying.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I think they were on designer drug that they got from Canada. They brought into our country illegally to distribute. That's my thoughts on it.
Those damn immigrants.
Investigate. Where's the House congressional hearing on Howie Mandel? And he's trying to take down the American cannabis industry. This is what's going on right now.
At least
there's more illegal immigrants rushing in from the north than from the southern border. Just keep it real.
That part's true.
I can agree. Let's build that northern wall.
I'm down with the northern wall. I'm all for a northern wall. All the way for it.
Yeah.
You send Jon Snow up there, protect the north.
You beat me to it. I was gonna say, shout out to House of Dragon.
Yeah.
When he said it was scary,
build that wall.
Scared in the same way that Scott Peterson was.
Wow.
Just asking.
Wow.
I bet there was some concern there. Mm-hmm. I don't buy it. I've been real drunk. I've been real high. Mm-hmm. I've been real thrown into walls by ex-partners.
Real thrown into walls by ex-partners.
You know what I mean? And he said he slipped. If I threw you into a wall, I was trying to kiss you. I'm like, you fucking missed, you jackass. So I think Howie, you got to do some proving here.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying she knew she was in trouble when
don't be
Howie put on the
surprised.
rubber
You know
glove to protect himself.
Say that again, Stone.
Was any kind of lawsuit filed on this shit? Any kind of police report?
I mean, you think she's going to press charges? She's sitting there with a. No, I mean, she could be one of those wives that's getting. You know what I'm saying?
She's not going to press charges. She said she was going to be a good girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying. She probably doesn't remember. She probably doesn't remember much either.
She made that sandwich.
She might have amnesia.
Faster.
I'm gonna talk this one up to entertainment because Howie Mandel is an entertainer, and I don't believe it. And nice light-hearted story, I guess, but I don't find much humor in it because you're blaming shit on gummies,
right?
And
yeah, how about blame it on yourself? Blame it on your decisions in life.
Accountability. How about that?
Showing. Yeah. Let's go talk about all the jokes around it. Listen, Howie Mandel, you seem like a nice enough guy, but yeah, I agree with you, Rico. Scapegoating cannabis on this one is it's not it. It's also really stupid in Vegas because Vegas casinos have these really, really strict policies about having cannabis on property. So technically, Fontainebleau, if you're listening, per your own procedures, your rules and regulations, Howie and Terry should not be welcome back at the Fontainebleau because if it was me, I would be kicked out.
Look at that.
Shout out to Howie Mandel. It seems that Canadian entertainers are having a rough time as of late coming down here and thinking to make a joke out of everything that we're struggling with. So
maybe he's taking the heat off of Drake.
That's what you picking up what I'm putting down. Kendrick Lamar had a great concert last night.
After Kendrick smashed Drake in the head with some coke cans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. On that note,
yes. Mm-hmm.
Where's Ollie Muffins when we need him?
Right?
Shout out to Ollie Muffins, my clubhouse
we need a
son.
quote from Ollie Muffins. Mm-hmm. Come defend you. Get your people, Ollie Muffins, because they out here wilding.
Put them in the van and drive them back up. That sounds real bad.
Indeed. On that
We could have
note,
got him. I mean, I can't believe that he couldn't find the ice though. Still, that's just crazy.
Johnny Smash said he couldn't find his hands off some edibles one time. But Johnny, listen, I'm assuming that you probably consumed a lot more than
and at the same
Howie Mandel and old Terry.
At the same time, that's Johnny Smash. Those very well could have been like mushroom edibles or something. Too.
They were saying he's just one wheeling, minding his business, no hands, trying to figure out where the fuck they are.
Smash Buddy.